Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today I will be going over 5 mistakes that new developers make when starting out. Make sure to stay to the end of the video so you don't miss out on any of these tips. Alright, for number 1, we have trying to work alone. I get that not everyone knows other developers and meeting new people might be nerve-wracking at the start. However, even though it's okay for you to work alone, when you're first starting out it will be much easier and more efficient for you if you team up with a few other developers close to the same experience level as you. What I mean by this is if, for example, you're a scripter, then maybe find a builder and a graphics designer to work with. That way, instead of building the map, programming, doing UI, and making game art, you just have to script and do UI. That'll give you more time to improve those elements of the game, improve your skill in that field, and decrease the time it takes to finish your game. Another mistake a lot of developers make nowadays is starting some huge dream project as soon as they start. Everyone dreams of making the next jailbreak or the next big anime game or MMORPG on Roblox when they start developing. However, that's most likely not going to happen. You need to take your time and start with smaller projects that are realistic for the time you have to put into the game's development and the skill level of you and your team if you have one. Keep in mind all of these front page games are made by developers that have been doing this for years, and starting big projects too soon can lead to you having unfinished games, being unmotivated, or even quitting game development altogether. Next, we will talk about starting new projects before you finish the one you are currently working on. Lots of new developers come up with some amazing idea and go straight to developing it, and that's great. Creativity is what game development is all about after all. However, it becomes an issue when you start new projects before you finish your current one. Starting new projects too often will lead to you having a pile of half-finished games that you can't release, leaving you with nothing to show for all your hard work, time, and effort. You should always make sure to finish your current project before starting a new one. Even me, who's been scripting for 3 years, has this problem a lot. I'll start a game, I'll be working on it, and then all of a sudden I'll have some new idea, and I'll completely drop the project I'm on and go to a new one. And that leads to me having barely any released games out. So make sure you finish games before you start new ones. Our fourth topic is copying other games you see. By this, I don't mean following popular themes or genres. If you want to make some form of simulator game or anime fighting game, then go ahead. However, you don't want to completely rip off other people's work. No one wants to play games that they've pretty much played, just made by someone else. What you should be doing is taking inspiration and some ideas from front page games. For example, if you see a game called Burger Simulator doing really well on the front page, maybe make a simulator around a different theme, like a lollipop simulator. Take some ideas from that front page game, but also add new features and mechanics to make it stand out, and make it offer something new and exciting for players who might have played the first game. Finally, we're going to talk about expectations. A lot of new developers set their expectations far too high. They will finish their game that will probably be mediocre at best, but that's okay. Your first games are not going to be your best games, or most of them will probably be barely functional if you're a new developer, but that's fine, you're learning. However, what they don't realize is that these games aren't going to get millions of visits and generate hundreds of thousands of Robux. This is not going to happen. What you need to realize is that even if your first game only gets 200 visits, you need to be proud of that. You made that game from scratch and it got played 200 times. You probably don't even know half that many people. If you just keep up your work, you'll see improvement in your games, your skill, and overall, you'll build more connections, you'll see improvement in your games, your visits and revenue will grow, and it'll all come together eventually. That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoy these 5 tips on what to avoid doing when you're starting out, or even if you're an experienced developer, you may still be running into these issues. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and comment future videos that you want me to make. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one.